Welcome to the Ascension News. I am with Anna today, and we're going to talk about do you have sugar blues and what that means. She's got some amazing information today that I'm real excited about. Hi, Anna. How are you?
Hi, Mary. I'm great. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. So let's see. First, first question: why is it important to mind your sugar intake?
So, the reason that that's important is because keeping your gut healthy is just as important for your brain and your mental state as it is for your gut health. It's really important and it really affects your anxiety, depression, anger, your mood. Everything that is in your gut is connected to your brain via the vagus nerve. There is a nerve that runs directly from your gut to your brain. So, they have proven that the things that you eat really affect your mood, your brain. Function and your brain health. Um, and that the more that you eat certain types of food, let's say you eat a lot of sugar, the more you start to crave it because your body learns how to survive off of it. It goes into survival mode off of these things and it adapts and it learns how to live and survive and it ends up craving these types of foods more often. Um, and for today's sake, we're going to be talking about processed sugar, so the white sugar, the refined sugar, because things like healthy carbohydrates, those also have sugar in them, but those are unprocessed. So those actually do have minerals, vitamins. That type of sugar can be processed naturally in your body and slowly, whereas this processed sugar gives you a high and then a crash. It affects your mood. It gives you withdrawal symptoms. You can be shaky. You could be nervous. You can have mood swings from it. So for today's sake, we're going to talk about that, the white processed table sugar.
So I'm going to go back to that first question about how you said your gut brain. So it's your gut really is your real brain because it tells you, you know exactly what you should be doing and you don't listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
We should
Exactly, 100%.
we should have a topic just on that.
Yeah, so the average American actually eats about 100 pounds of sugar a year. So that really, really affects all of our moods, all of our anxieties, all of our depressions. The sugar blues, that's why it's called the sugar blues.
Because you get bluey. Not your skin doesn't get blue,
Yes.
but you get blues.
No.
Okay. So then, what are good sugar alternatives to? What are good alternatives to sugar? Is stevia an alternative?
Stevia is a good alternative. It is a natural plant. I would try to stay away from things like sweet and lows, those packets that they give you at the restaurant with your iced tea. If you're going to do sugar, I would just choose a real sugar because it's easier for your body to process than those fake sugars. Adding a little bit of honey, things that have live enzymes in them are a lot better than that processed sugar. Um, Adding sweet things like vegetables, such as yams, sweet potatoes, peas, things that are hearty and sweet, pumpkin, instead of um, instead of staying hungry and eating things that don't kill that sugar craving and don't have you reaching for dessert after you're done eating your dinner. um, Also, I would say that stay away from things that say sugar free. If they say sugar free, the general rule of thumb that they're doing in the manufacturing plant is adding a bunch of fat to it because they have to make up for the flavor somewhere. That there's no sugar, no fat, has no flavor, is what they think. So if it also says fat free, it means that there's a lot of sugar in it.
We almost need
So
to just not eat anything that's cooked. I mean, processed. We need to
anything
go back
packaged.
to the vegetable garden, right?
100%. Yep. Yeah, so even it's crazy because even a giant bag of sugar is 100% fat free, and they can label it as 100% fat free because technically it has no fat in it until your body processes it and turns it into fat. But the actual bag of sugar has no fat and it's fat free.
So if you're in the ketos, you're like, let's get a bag of sugar. It's fat free.
Exactly. You just think that it's fat free and you believe them. The thing is, if they have to label it as sugar free or fat free, it's most likely not either one of those.
Oh my.
If you're really craving some chocolate or something sweet, do a little bit of dark chocolate. That's actually been proven to improve your heart health. A little bit of dark chocolate every day, and it'll kill your sugar craving, hopefully. Maybe have a little bit of strawberries as a snack with a little bit of dark chocolate.
Yeah,
Perfect and healthy.
yeah, because a banana would be loaded with sugar, too
But
sugary.
they have a lot of sugar. It is naturally occurring sugar, so it's not as bad as grabbing like a bag of candy, let's say. So a lot of people do like just a little bit of strawberries and a little bit of dark chocolate to kill the craving.
That sounds good.
Maybe a little bit of nuts.
Okay, so t- tell me a little bit more about the yin and yang. I got a little confused on that.
Oh, okay. So I was telling you earlier, your body in Chinese medicine, they believe in the yin and yang feature in a lot of stuff. Balance, the earth in balance, the sky and are in balance, and the foods that we eat need to be in balance. So a lot of they categorize their food as yin or yang. Yin foods are the cold foods such as leafy greens, fish, things that are light. Sugar falls into this category. Alcohol falls into this category. Yang foods are foods that ground you, foods that keep you more one with the earth. Rooted vegetables, red meat, salty things. Um, if you have too many of these foods, you can be what is it called? Imbalanced, a yang imbalance, and it makes you want to crave more yin. It makes you want to crave more
Sugar.
sugar. It wants you to crave more alcohol because your body is too much in this yang state. If you're always feeling overheated or hot and angry, you're always breaking out, you might have a yang imbalance and you might need more of the yin foods, the fresh leafy greens, um, more white meat instead of red meat. Um, and also vice versa, if you're feeling like very lightheaded, very airy, spaced out, moody, it might actually just be a yin imbalance is what they believe. So you might actually be having way too much sugar and not noticing it, drinking too much alcohol for your body, having too many fresh vegetables and not enough rooted vegetables. And to balance that out, you would need more yang foods, more of the red meats, more of the processed foods, things like that.
So if you were eating too much red meat because you were doing ketos, and then you
Mm-hmm.
started craving sugar,
Mm-hmm.
then what would be the thing you should do?
Eat less red meats, eat more of the yin foods. So there are a lot of lists that you can find of really good yin foods. It's things like tropical foods, tropical fruits, things that don't grow in the ground, fresh fruit, leafy greens, more spices, adding more spices to your diet, honey
Mm.
instead of sugar, um, adding natural sweeteners to your food instead of going for the cheese and the poultry and um, the eggs and things like that.
Wow.
Really
So
just trying to.
you really, I think I like that yin and yang idea. So if you just ask yourself every day and know and have a list, maybe we should work on a
Mm-hmm.
little list or a little chart that people can get from you
Yeah,
or
so
something.
some people go really deep into it, and there's a lot of good information online on balancing your plate yin and yang. So the meats, actually, I'm wrong. The poultry and the fish are both still yang, so they're still meats. So those foods and balancing them out with the fresh um, fruits and the oils and the healthy fats, basically the more Mediterranean type of things, how I imagine it in my mind. The fresh foods, the fresh fruits. Nuts and seeds, things that are more natural for our bodies. Getting those in balance has been proven to help people cut out their sugar and salt intake.
Wow. Wow. We
Yeah,
should
so
work
it's super
on a chart
interesting.
on that. That sounds good. Okay. So, what are the things we can do to start first thing in the morning to curb sugar cravings?
So to cut out sugar cravings, that can start first thing when you wake up in the morning. So you can first thing in the morning before you eat anything, before you drink anything, definitely go and brush your teeth, floss. Um, when you're sleeping at nighttime, your body works really hard on expelling all the toxins in your body, and the only way out really is through your mouth. So it's pushing up all the toxins, all the bad bacteria, everything that your body's trying to get rid of, and basically, essentially, it's in your mouth. Um, so one thing in the Ayurvedic medicine that they do, and they really believe in, is waking up and doing a tongue scraping with when you brush your teeth. getting rid of all of the bacteria, and really just cleaning your mouth out so bad bacteria doesn't get re-ingested into your body. It also, tongue scraping also, the massage on your tongue is good for all of your vital organs.
So
So it's
basically,
supposed to recharge your organs.
you should tongue scrape, brush your teeth, then drink your water, right?
Yes, and water in the morning is really important. Some people heat it up and put lemon in it, which is really good. If you don't have time for that and you're running out in the morning, try to at least have a glass of water. The electrolyte imbalance in your body causes you to really crave sugar also. Um, Protein deficiencies and water deficiencies are two of the main causes of sugar cravings, which is interesting.
Hold on, we had a little question about sugar-free and fat-free was confusing. We can go back to that later, I guess. But
I can answer that after. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can answer that after, no problem.
After. Okay. So then, let's see. Okay, so because the water, if you drink water before you tongue scrape and brush, you're re-ingesting, right?
You're re-ingesting everything that your body worked so hard on overnight to get rid of and to expel. Yeah, exactly.
So all that beautiful water is just like you're getting junked up again.
Yeah, so all those electrolytes are really important. The electrolyte imbalance in your brain and in your gut really causes you. Sorry, there's a plane going over. It really causes the imbalance in your brain, gut, and it does. Your body kind of goes into havoc mode and doesn't know what it wants. And the first thing you think when you want electrolytes is salt or sugar. That's what you crave because you're dehydrated and you need natural electrolytes, but you automatically reach for something salty or something sweet.
Okay. So then, how can we help? How can we help mind our children's sugar intake?
So the best way to learn for me is to teach people how to calculate sugar when you go to the grocery store and really look at the labels when you're looking at cereals, drinks, anything that's sugary basically. So I actually grabbed a bottle of Coke from my fridge just to look at the sugar in it and try to calculate one. So every gram of sugar that you have is 4 sugar cubes. So this has 65 grams of sugar. So if you divide that by four, this has 16 sugar cubes in it. And it also calculates to, let's see, I'm going to use my calculator, 15 teaspoons of sugar in this.
Wow. I mean, what, and
so,
that first thing in the morning?
A lot of people only drink soda, which is crazy. And you wouldn't sit there and give your kids 16 sugar cubes to snack on. But how fast are they drinking this? And they're probably drinking multiple a day. Yeah. So that is one crazy thing to think about, and just really looking at the labels and trying to calculate how much sugar you're actually intaking. We're generally supposed to have maximum of 10 grams per day. That's already 6.5 times over that, and just by one drink.
And that's why people have so much diabetes and all of that, because of those drinks.
100%. Yeah. And that's why they say that Americans generally intake 100 pounds of sugar a year.
Oh my God. So how do we crowd out, you told me this earlier, crowd out the sugar. How do we crowd it out?
Crowding out is a really good term to use, because if you go straight for trying to give something up, generally people are going to fail, because in their mind they're giving something up and they can't have it at all. And then when you do have it, you're going to binge on it. You're going to feel like you're so deprived of something, you're going to have a lot of it. So crowding out is a good term to use. Getting smaller and smaller portions of the sugar. If you know that you have a cake there after your meal, or you know that you're a sweets person, you go to the store and you buy sweets and you know you're going to have it after you eat or for breakfast. Crowding out just means essentially having more healthier options first. It doesn't mean you can't have that cake. It means serve yourself a little more vegetables than you normally would at dinner time. Serve yourself a little more fruit in the morning than you normally would, so that you're not as hungry for the sweets, and you can maybe have half a piece instead of the whole piece. Crowding out's really important when you're trying to get more vitamins and minerals into your diet, not just cutting out sugar, but pretty much anything that you're trying to improve upon when you're eating. Crowding out the unhealthy and just trying to eat more of the healthy stuff first doesn't generally mean that you have to give it up. You can just start crowding it out, and it'll end up getting smaller and smaller and smaller portions until you don't crave it anymore.
Can you crowd it out with probiotics? We talked about the root vegetables. So doing more probiotics, would it crowd it out?
Yes, so the natural enzymes and probiotics and things like fresh fruits, vegetables, things like that, those microbacteria that live in that food will crowd out the bad bacteria in your gut slowly but surely. If you just start implementing them little by little, the bad bacteria in your gut generally will start to be less and less and less colonized in there, and the healthy bacteria will take over. Because your stomach is generally a biome for good bacteria and bad bacteria.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get rid of this bad bacteria
Balance.
that's craving the sugar and try to have more of the healthy bacteria in there.
So then getting back to the question with the kids, minding our children's sugar intake,
Mm-hmm.
what do we what's the alternative?
For drinks, generally sparkling waters, teas, things that are naturally flavored. If the sugar on the label, again, if you calculate it and it has actual sugar in it, added sugars. If you look at the ingredients lists, there are a lot of different names for sugar. You can actually find lists online of very, very long of all the different names that they call sugar. So
Really?
this one is
Wow.
high fructose. The first thing, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, caramel color, sugar. So
Caramel color is a sugar?
yeah, a lot of the colors and the fake coloring is all sugar. And see, like this doesn't even have sugar. Just it doesn't just say sugar on the label. So you really just need to realize which things have sugar in them and added sugars. See, it says added sugar 130%. So you just look for little things like that on the labels too. So sparkling waters, teas, generally things that they say are 5 ingredients or less. Dietitians use that rule of thumb a lot of times. If you look at the label and there's not a lot of things added to it, there are not a lot of things added to it. If your kids love ice cream, making frozen sorbet at home or freezing bananas and making homemade ice cream when they can add things like dark chocolate or different types of fruit to it instead of having a bowl of ice cream all the time. And it's fun for them. They can make it themselves, have some time in the kitchen, learn how to cook. They get to make it on their own, so they're more inclined to eat it and to enjoy it than if you make it for them and tell them it's healthy.
Yeah. Because even then we talked about milk too, the amount of sugar in milk.
Yeah, so milk has lactose. It's a naturally occurring sugar, but it's still a sugar. It still gets processed in your body as a sugar. Um, so too much milk, too much of anything generally with even if it's naturally occurring sugar, can wreak havoc on your body. Your kids can be addicted to sugar and milk and all of these things and just want more and more of it. 100%.
But what is the amount they put in sugar in milk? What per
Milk generally has about 13 to 15 grams of sugar per cup of milk
added?
added. It's lactose. It's not added sugar, but if you do add the chocolate to it or the strawberry to it, it can be
Mm.
upwards of 50 grams of sugar just in one cup. Depending how much syrup you're putting in it or powder.
Wow. Wow. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just paying attention and seeing what you're doing, consciousness, basically.
Really paying attention to it. There are all kinds of sugar alternatives, honey, agave, but you have to just be careful and just realize that it still gets processed in your body as sugar.
Sugar.
Too much of anything is still going to wreak havoc on your body. You can still get these withdrawal symptoms when you're not having it. All of the mood swings and the anger, the depression, the anxiety, everything like that. Caffeine is basically just as caffeine and sugar both almost the same addiction rate as nicotine and gives all the same symptoms of going through withdrawal.
Wow. Okay. So we have you were going to do uh you were going to pull a reading, and then we were going to do a little manifestation.
Oh
Manifestation.
yeah, okay. So we shuffled and pulled this card right before, and we thought it actually was perfect. It happened to be the card number 3, called Prosperity, and it was on my favorite page, which is 33. So it's all meant to be today. So it's crazy. So this prosperity card, oh, and I will answer that if you don't have time. I'll answer in the comments section for that question for you, and I'll try to send some links also.
Okay.
Um, so the prosperity, it says that it simplifies the truth that you don't have to feel guilty or shame about making money or money coming to you. Um, and money is simply one form of manifested prosperity and indeed of energy. You can enjoy money and be a fine person when you understand it's an energy to be used for positive change. So as long as you keep your intentions well, you don't have to feel guilty about manifesting for money or gaining money, which is perfect for Manifestation Monday today.
Yeah.
If that's your manifestation that you need to be making more money or anything, no need to feel guilty about it. Just have good intentions to it. I love that.
But it could be manifesting health. It could be manifesting love, manifesting
Money and wealth.
happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Yes,
great. That's a great card. I love that.
I love it. And
So,
then we're going to do one other manifestation closing, right?
yes.
Okay.
But wait, are they going to get homework before or after?
Oh, sure, we can do homework. Yeah. So, what I think people should do is try to learn more a little bit about the yin and the yang food plate, because I know it's extensive. Try to learn your body and read your body and learn if you're more of a yin or a yang person. I'm definitely a yang person. I'm always hot. I'm
Oh,
always can't cool down very easily. I do not do good in the sun.
wait.
I know I'm more yang,
Yin
so
is
I
too
need
hot.
to incorporate.
Yin is too hot.
Yin is too cold. Yin is generally
Cold.
like cold. You can't warm up. You have a hard time warming up your hands and your feet. And then you need more yang energy, more of the grounding energy, more of the grounding foods. So maybe if everyone can kind of look and see if you're yin or you're yang, and what you need to incorporate in your food to be more balanced and not be craving the sugar, not be craving the salt. Maybe see if your body's out of balance that way. Maybe try to make a yin and a yang plate. There are a lot of good resources on that online too, and see how you feel.
Yeah, and if you're there, put it in the comment if you think you're yin or if you're yang. If you're too
Yep,
hot,
yin would be cold,
cold.
dark. You like the cool, you like the dark. Yang is more you're hot. You can't cool down. Maybe you have you're breaking out a lot. You feel very angry all the time for no reason.
Wow. So all those angry people need cool water or fruit. What is something real quick if you're too angry? Water?
Water, tropical fruits, some fresh leafy greens, maybe a little bit of spices.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely me. I need more fresh fruits and veggies in my diet right now.
I'm yin. I've always been yin. I've been always cold, kind of. I don't like the heat. I mean, I don't like the cold. I like the heat.
So maybe you need a little bit more of that
Yeah,
grounding food to balance out your body a little bit.
more roots. I go
More
through
rooted
phases of
vegetables.
that. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. And if anybody wants specific, she'll come and to YouTube and Facebook. You're on Twitter or not?
I am on Twitter, but not as much as Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, so
I'll
she'll
be on
answer
Facebook
on
and YouTube. I was
Facebook.
reading all of the comments.
Okay, good. She'll answer your questions if you have any on Facebook or YouTube. I'm also on LinkedIn and Daily Motion and let's see, what is the other one? Twitch. So
You're so on it.
I'm still learning them because it's a little difficult. But YouTube and Facebook, she will answer any questions if you have any.
100%.
Okay, and so then our manifesting meditation.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to do a little Manifestation Monday meditation. It's fast and it's easy. You can do it whenever you're feeling just super overwhelmed. So you close your eyes and you just imagine yourself standing there. Imagine an empty box next to you. And what you're going to do is think about the thing that's stressing you out the most right now. Maybe for me, it's car problems, or it could be your job, your finances, whatever. is bogging you down. And then just imagine that inside of the box. So I'll give you a second to do that. Just put it in the box, maybe close the box, whatever you want to do, kick the box. And then what you want to do is just imagine yourself now without that problem. Maybe with a better job. Maybe you're imagining yourself in a new car. If you're imagining yourself out, not fighting with a loved one anymore, and just really think about how you would feel when that happens and when that's attained. And then just take a deep breath when you're done. And that's it. You can do it at night. You can do it when you wake up in the morning and just tell yourself it's going to be a good day, and that's going to be in the box, and you're not going to worry about that. You're going to manifest on what it's going to feel like when you're past it, because you're going to get past it and it's not always going to be there with you. You can't put it to the side and look forward.
Wow, I really like that. I like that box idea.
I like that one.
And I like kicking it too. Kicking it.
You just kick it. Whatever you feel like you need to do
ask people, that. Did you kick your box today? Did you crowd out your sugar? And did you kick your box?
I kicked my box. Everyone go kick your box in your mind tonight. That's homework number 2.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think we should talk more about for next time or in the future, whatever you let me know, the brain gut connection. I think that's so fascinating. And when people understand the part of intuition in that and spiritual with that, wow, that's going to change for people.
That would be a great topic for next time. We can delve into that. That I could talk about forever. I had to cut myself short today before I just rambled on.
I think you did perfect. Okay, so I'll just let you answer that question on Facebook, and that way it'll just engage more. It'll be more fun. So I don't see anything else anyplace else. Let me just look. No, nobody's asking in Twitch or LinkedIn, so we're good. All right. So
if you ask any questions, I'll do it. And today was requested by somebody named Garden Lover on YouTube, the sugar. So if anyone else has any requests or anything, me and Mary can work on getting that done too.
Yes, we like this. We like requests. So we're going to go to the information page and oops, let's get rid of this guy here. Sorry, those are all our comments. All right. So people can get a hold of you on Instagram, right?
Yes, 100%. So my Instagram is Health with Amore. It's right there. You guys feel free to add me or DM me, ask me any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And totally fine. I'll be on Facebook too. I'm on Facebook under the same name.
Okay. And she is taking appointments either at my studio. You want to go in person and or over the phone. Is that correct?
Yes, we can Zoom or we can meet in person at Mary's studio in Eagle Rock.
Yes. And then if you and your group, you have a group in Zoom as well. So if you wanted to be part of a group, or how does that group action work?
Yes, so I'm going to be starting up a group pretty soon. I would add me on Facebook if you're interested in that, because my Facebook, I'm going to post I think I'm going to do 2 group sessions per week. So if you want to join one of the groups, add me on Facebook and I'll post the information on there.
Okay. And then maybe we can put the information next time, so people can find you, or I'll just repost it when you put the group together so people can find you that way. And phone number is there, and by appointment Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 3, and or if if you're an evening person, she can do that as well. But by appointment. Yes, but by appointment. Yes. And then we have a couple of more events coming up, and I think you're going to try to come to the next one, which is Portal Monday, which you'll be here on Monday anyway, 2/22/21. And a portal is an opening that is triple. So it's triple digits on everything. So it's like the number 333. It amplifies everything. So 2/22/21 is a portal day, and our keynote speaker is Janelle, and she's going to explain that, and then we'll have a couple of other speakers talking about that and the different powers and things that can happen. And then 3/3 is another portal day. That's on Wednesday. 4/12 is New Moon Wellness Wednesday. And then 5/26 is lunar eclipse. 6/9 is solar eclipse. So that's really, really going to be fun. And we want to thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. I'm going to listen to a little tiny music if we can. Oops, sorry. Take a deep breath. Thank you, Anna. It's a blessing. Be well, drink water, and talk to you soon.